start off right here saying, man, well, Kodak Black, he is behind bars right now. And pretty much, he got this new attorney called Benjamin Crump, and they were on their way down there with his mother to get a status, update to see Kodak Black. And they said that he was actually moved from one prison to another prison.
Federal detention center after the rapper took to social media claiming he was being abused by correctional officers and inmates. In a news conference held yesterday, attorney Ben Crump said he and Kodak's mother scheduled a welfare check on the rapper. But hours before that meeting, they were told Kodak was put on a bus and sent to a different prison in Kentucky. They now believe authorities intentionally moved him so that he couldn't meet up with his lawyers.
With what's going on in American prisons today, it is always important that a family member, if they believe something is going on with their loved one, with their relative, that they take it seriously.
Kodak, whose real name is Bill Capri, is serving a 4-year sentence for weapons violations. He's also accused of being involved in a prison fight, which left a guard hospitalized. The Justice Department refused to comment.
Trying to get to the truth of what happened to Kodak Black, and his mother is demanding the truth from the Federal Bureau of Prisons.
My son is my heart. I want to make sure my son is okay. I want to make sure they don't kill my son. If they kill my son, if my son dies, I'm going to kill myself too. Because my son, I said, God, my son is alive to me.
We believe they intentionally moved him so he couldn't meet with his attorneys to interview these civil rights violations that he alleged happened to him, that his mother is very concerned.
All right, oh God, we heard the attorney of Kodak Black, Benjamin Crump.
Yes, sir.
And his mother.
The famed Benjamin Crump, the famed.
Yeah, Trayvon Martin lawyer.
A couple other people too.
Absolutely.
What
do you think?
I'm not, jumping for joy when I hear Benjamin Crump. I'm not trying to, shed any negative things on it. Me personally, I don't think that he is a great attorney at all. I just think he was attached to a lot of prominent cases in the United States, a lot of cases that got a lot of media attention, so people think he's better than what he really is. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's my opinion. People can argue and go at me all day with this, but probably about a week ago or so, we read a statement that Kodak Black said, and people thought that we were being very insensitive about some of the things that he was saying in that letter that he wrote. And when I kind of went back and I looked at it, maybe the wrong approach was taken to a certain extent. Maybe people were right, but when I really look at it, I have to stand on it. I'm not saying that it's right what they're doing, but this is something that we have foreknowledge of for so many years now, that the prisons are shit, that the prisons are bad, that they violate people, that they violate your rights. I mean, come on, we all know this. And this is why I salute his family. I don't like the attorney choice, but whatever. They got the media attention like they wanted, right? We reported also Jay-Z and Yo Gotti went into the system to sue. You got to do something. You can't just complain about it and say, oh, well, the prison's doing this and they taking my visitation. They took me off the list and don't do nothing. Do something about it. Sue them. If somebody infringes upon your rights, sue them. That's what they did. So I'm not here for the boo-hoo thing. We know what it is. That's why you got to keep yourself out of this situation. You got to, because when you go to prison, it ain't just about Kodak. It's about Kodak's children. It's about his wife. It's about all the other family members that are attached to Kodak Black. It ain't just about, that's why you keep yourself out of these situations. And a lot of the stuff, people ain't gonna like it, that Kodak Black did was self-inflicted. You act like police officers and stuff, we just going around looking for people to put crime and stuff on. Yeah, it happens sometimes in the fairy book, world, and some people get the shit end of the stick, but a lot of the times people put themselves in these positions. So what Kodak has to do right now is reevaluate himself. We also had news that he got a release date sometime in 2020, but then again, he has other cases pending. So it's like, you got to just take this on the chin and say, okay, I might have, got ahead of myself, put myself into a spider web of a situation. And when I got there, it got a little bit too hot for me. And I started I started to complain and whatnot. And I didn't like the situation I was in. Okay, now I get the hell out of it. I don't get back in it again. That's it.
That's old guy's thoughts on that. Here's my thoughts on that. I don't know too much about Benjamin Crump to talk about him. You got way more knowledge on Benjamin Crump than I do, because the only thing I knew was Trayvon, and now this. I don't know the depth of that, so I can't comment on that. But hearing his mother just really, as a son, as a father, obviously that bothered me, to know the agony and the pain that she must be going through. Now, they had video of Kodak Black coming in and speaking to the judge. I don't know how recent it was, but it must have been fairly recent. I'm guessing within a week. Considerably skinnier. Obviously looks like he's malnourished. I don't know if that's due to stress. I don't know if that's due to them saying the things or confirming the things that he's saying that they're doing to him. As far as him coming out on social media, I don't mind it as much, because it was a way for him to get the attention, and that's a good way to use social media. But what I will say is, a lot of the people that were upset with us are the same people that were condemning this young brother when I was calling him a child. And as we can see, he's a child, because he wasn't built. He was not built
right
for any of this. And I don't know any adults that would be built for this under the stature. First off, he took for granted what kind of person he is. He's a star and he's beloved, but he's also a star and he's envied and he's hated. And you got people in these jails that sit back envious and hateful of people just like them. Kodak Black, unfortunately, isn't the last, first, or the only rapper that has ever dealt with not so good conditions sitting behind jail cells. You got a lot of envious motherfuckers in there.
Jail shit. Like, the people know that, like, it stinks. The food sucks. They don't do what they say they're going to do. Everybody knows this about jail. You can get your ass whipped by the guards and shit. Like, you can get your ass stinking somewhere. Ask anybody who's been in the state, especially state, but federal prison. They're going to tell you it ain't no cakewalk, dog. And he should know that. That's why you do your best to keep yourself out. I saw somebody put a meme up and it says something along the lines of, like, you got these people out here, they sell drugs and they do what they got to do, and they say they got to do it for their family. But once they get that bid, now the table's turning, their family got to take care of them. So at the end of the day, it don't make no sense. Even though we all been there, I've done some stupid shit. You done some stupid shit that put us in bad situations. Could have got us locked up for a long time, but you got to find a way to stay out once you become a mature man. You know what I mean? And, do better. Period. You have to. You can't put yourself in situations and then cry boo hoo hoo and want the world to come save you. People don't care.
Yeah, I feel bad for his mom.
Yeah, I mean, it's a family. The family, he put his mom in a real precarious situation right now, and we all can feel for him. But at the end of the day, it's just like, we all got to just do better, man, because nobody wants to be behind bars. And nobody wants to put their family through this type of stuff. And that's what happens when you go behind bars. Yeah,
that's the sad part. Yeah. Now, he is in Kentucky now. They moved him. What do you think about that aspect? Them getting him up out of here.
Yeah.
Out of Miami before his lawyers could even see him, before his mother could even speak to him, and going all the way to Kentucky now. Fortunate for Kodak Black in situation, they may have some funds and get his mother transported to that situation. A lot more fortunate than some other cases, a lot more cases that we find in the U.S. where somebody gets shipped and they have no way of seeing any family members. All that being said, all we can do is hope and pray that the conditions are better out there. But what do you think about that? The Miami, the police, the prison shipping him and throwing him in Kentucky?
I think that the reason, I think that all the stuff he's saying is true. Matter of fact, I know all the stuff that you're probably saying is true. I don't think he's just complaining and crying. But again, that's why you see people like Meek and what's the guy for the Sixers? You know what I mean? The owner, people with their whole,
Ruben.
Yeah, Ruben, and these people, these billionaires coming together, because remember when they talked about it, Ruben, he said, look, I didn't really know until I really met Meek. And I got this kind of see things from his eyes. Not totally, he's a billionaire, he's a white man, but I got to kind of empathize just a little bit what he went through, seeing what he went through with the judicial system and whatnot. And now you got these people now putting their money behind it because they say, oh, no, this ain't right for me. This ain't even right for the lowest person. And that's what we see happening with this situation here. So, again, he's fortunate because he's the multimillionaire. He can get Benjamin Crump, even though he sucks as an attorney, and he can get the media spotlight. He can get podcasts like ours and other people to now shine light on it. He will be fine. But what about all the other hundreds of thousands of prisoners that's going through this every day, who just taking it on the chin, who ain't got the money, who ain't got the lawyers, who ain't got the, the media attention like that? It's bad. It needs to be changed, is what I'm saying at the end of the day.
Oh, God, for the people and like myself who don't know Benjamin Crump the way you feel about him and the way you do. Talk about why you're so critical of him, because it seems like it's a good brother up there. And like I said, I'm just looking for the people that just don't know and they're seeing it for the first time. Obviously, we hear Trayvon. We know the sensitivity of that case. That holds a sensitivity in our heart. Why do you talk the way you do and feel the way about him? What did he do in particular? What cases did he cover that you were just...
I would say this. Here's how I'll put it. You remember how we kind of was, we grew up and we kind of seen these certain people, whether like a Jesse Jackson or these type of people that just... For these situations, they always there.
Throw the blood on their shirt to act
right. Certain things like that. Like, all right, when this happens, you know that he's going to be there. You know Al Sharp is going to be there. But is he really going to do something? No. He's going to collect money. He's going to talk. He's going to get in the spotlight. Benjamin Crump, I think, kind of fits. I'm not trying to slander the brother. He's a brother, and I hope that he does well. But from what I know in the past, he's kind of can fit into the category who's like the go-to guy just to get for the situation, but don't mean he's necessarily going to get you the desired outcome.
Blackface, great for black guys, black media, but ain't really doing shit behind the scenes.
You said it, not me.
All I did is analyze what my cuz just said. So if that's how I interpreted what you just said. I mean, you guys interpreted for yourself. All right, that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, well.